What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Vitamin Lead, your healthy dose of leadership. I'm your host, TJ Reed. I hope that you are having a good week. Today, we're going to talk about unemployed well. And this comes out of my experience of being unemployed. I was unemployed for a year to the date without a job. I had been a school teacher in Detroit, Michigan, lost my job in layoffs at that point, and went through a transition of moving from Detroit down here to Virginia Beach, and ended up getting hired a year to the date as a recruiter at the university. It was a tough season for me. If you're currently unemployed, I understand how devastating that stuff can be, psychologically, physically, financially, all of those sorts of things. If you've been there before, you get what I'm saying. It's not fun at all. And despite a good economy where people can get employed right now, it can just as easily turn the other way. And so, no matter where you find yourself, I just want to encourage you today with this unemployed well. So if you find yourself there, maybe bookmark this and come back to it if you ever find yourself in this situation. There's just three things I wanted to talk about to share some of the ways that I was able to kind of get through that season of unemployment. And the first one is just real simple. I want to encourage you to reconnect with yourself. Because ultimately, you've got to sell you again if you want to get another job, right? And so often we kind of adapt our personality to the position that we've been in or the work we've been doing. We have our work self and we have our home self. And depending on what you're being asked to do, you tend to adapt yourself to that. But get back to asking the question, what am I really like? What do I really enjoy? What do I like to do with my free time? What would I do if I was not paid for it? What do I do? What did I do in the past? What was my history like? Right? Like, where have I found myself to be successful before, and what I've done? I know I mentioned it in previous podcast episodes, but in times like this, you want to make sure that you have an encouragement box. That if people have written you notes or you've written them notes or something like that, you can go back to that and see what people have appreciated about you before. Because I'll tell you what, those times you need something like that to kind of recharge your batteries and remember what you're good at and how you've helped people in the past. And so you got to reconnect with yourself. One of the things when I was unemployed that I loved doing that I hadn't done before is I made a regular habit of working out. I went to the local recreation center that cost something like $25 or $50 a year at that point. And I met a group of guys, I think it was like 1:30 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon, that would work out every single day. And I worked out with them, got to know them, asked them questions. They asked me questions. And feeling better about my physical body also helped me to feel better about my personality as I got to know people. And just that I wasn't alone, because so often when you're unemployed, you're kind of sitting in a room sending out resumes. And that's part of it, but that can't be all of it, right? Because if that's all that you're doing, you're going to drive yourself mad, right? So reconnect with yourself. Second of all, connect with your network. Who do you know and who do they know, right? You've got friends. Who do they know? Where do those people work? Is it in something that you're interested in? Get around those people. Get around new people that you've never been around. Go on Facebook and find networking groups that can help you to get to know folks and learn with them. Learn some of the skills of the trade. If there's people in an industry that you're interested in, go to where they hang out. Find out where they go have coffee. Find out where they hang out after work for drinks or whatever it is, and get to know people. So reconnect with yourself, connect with your network. And then the final thing I would say is revise your approaches. If this is your first time being unemployed in a long time, which it was for me as a young guy, and welcome to the age of machine learning, looking at your resume and LinkedIn and all of those tools that you may not be familiar with. The key is familiarize yourself with it. You lamenting that these things are being used doesn't do anything about you helping to find a job. And so let me encourage you, Google exists. Tools out there exist to help you. So be a learner, take on a learning mentality, because if you're entering the workforce for the first time in a long time, or entering unemployment for the first time in a long time, things have changed. But there's tools out there. They can help you. And one of the requirements is that you be an agile learner. And so that's very important for you to learn. So that's what they're looking for. That's what I think our world is looking for right now, right? If you can be an agile learner in the hiring process and the employment process, take on those same traits as you get into the workforce. For me, when I got into this job after a year of being unemployed, I was like, whatever you want me to do, whatever you want me to learn, I will be happy to learn alongside of you. And so to be unemployed well, three things, right? These are three things that I would say from my experience. Reconnect with yourself. Remember who you are, what makes you tick, and try to look for work that resounds with that. Connect with your network. Find out who knows who and make new people a part of your network. And then finally, revise your approaches because the world is different. And so you hating the way that the world is isn't going to do anything about finding a job. So do something about that. And so I believe in you. At the end of the day, if you can get that interview, it comes down to just you and another person connecting in a conversation. And if you've reconnected with yourself, if you know who they know, and you revise your approaches, I believe that you'll be ready for that interview when the time comes. If you want help with this, reach out to me at vitaminleadteam@gmail.com. Like I said in the last podcast, I will give this away for free all day if you need help with this, because I remember what a great toll it took on me when I was in unemployment. And so if you want help, if you need help, I am happy to serve and just share some resources and things that I've learned in the past. So hope that's helpful to you. Thank you for listening to Vitamin Lead, your healthy dose of leadership. I look forward to talking with you soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye.